So the way that masks work, I just wanted to show it to you in real world. Normally, when you're erasing things, you're just kind of cutting them out, and then they're gone. You can't add them back in. You're done. If you want to like put this back on, you've erased it. You're out of luck. Masks work a different way. You take an image, and what you do is you basically, it's kind of shiny. What you do is you basically put a mask on it. So then if you want to actually reveal the rest of the image, you can, or you can put it there. So what you have is you have two different images. One of them is a black and white representation of like what's covered and what's revealed, and the other one is the image itself. And this means that if you draw more black onto it, more is covered. But if you draw more white on it, more can be revealed. So this is all basically how it works. So it's the difference between this and like combining this, and so things are covered up so you're only seeing a certain part of the image, and erasing it looking like this. All right, so this is how masks work in theory. So I just want you to understand the difference. When you erase something, it's completely taken away. When you use a mask, it is not taken away. It's just kind of covered up. And you just have this like sort of thing next to it saying, this is what's covered up. So I want you to understand that. Let's go into this image onto the computer, and I'll show you how this works in Photoshop. All right, enough theory. Back in the digital world, what we have right here is basically the same image. So you can see that inside of the layers palette, we have the image. There's stuff in here that we're just going to ignore, and we have a selection of exactly what we're going to delete. It's actually the wrong active region, so I'm going to hit Command-Shift-I, and then if I hit delete, ta-da, Command-D, it's deleted, although exactly in the way that other things have been deleted throughout this course. So if I wanted to say add something back in, we're out of luck. You know, if I accidentally went in and deleted it, and let's say this happened, and I wanted to add this eye back in, let's say I saved it and opened up the image again, I would need to redo the thing. Like, I just would be out of luck. And this is where masks really come in. So the way to do it with a mask, I was just stepping back in the history palette right there. You've already learned that. I don't need to get into that. The way to do it with a mask is it's this little button down here. If you hover over it, it says Add Layer Mask. So, the zoom in didn't work exactly as planned. It looks like a piece of paper with a hole cut out of it. And what you do is you click it, and this is going to be wrong, and it only reveals a certain port. So you actually want to select the active region to what you want to reveal, not you want to delete, so you can see that the active region is set to this. If I hit delete right now, this would happen. We don't want that. But if I go to the mask and hit mask, this happens. Now, what's very important to keep in mind, and what I can't emphasize enough, is we are not deleting this stuff right here. We're not deleting this stuff right here. We are simply hiding it. In the same way that with that sheet of paper, we were hiding it, and what was black was covered up, and what was white was revealed. We're doing that same thing in Photoshop. And so you can see they have it set up in the layer mask exactly like that. You have the image, or in the layer panel exactly like that. You have the image, and then you have the layer mask. Layer mask thumbnail, I think that's the technical term, yeah. Then you have the layer mask thumbnail. Whatever is black is covered up. Whatever is white is revealed. And what that allows you to do is if you go to the brush tool and then you start brushing things on, well, something to be aware of, undo, something to be aware of, make sure not to be on the layer when you do it. So don't have this click, be on the layer mask thumbnail. You need to be on this. And then when you draw in with black, things get covered up, hit X to swap. When you draw in with white, things get revealed. So X again. And the truth is, when I'm selecting, the tool that I use more than anything is the brush tool. And that's because I'm using layer masks. So let me show you an example where this is really good to use in the real world, just so you can get a better understanding of how to use layer masks for really all of your selections. What I want you to get out of this video right now is, in order to create a layer mask, you do a selection, you have a selection, you hit layer mask, and then whatever is white is covered up, or whatever is white is revealed, whatever is black is covered up, and you can always change that by hitting on the layer mask and brushing in different portions. And this is really, really powerful. So let's do this with a photograph.